Hi everyone, it's Cindy, and I've got a final flip through of my botanical books. Yeah, I ended up with 3. I had planned on 1, of course. That's what I do, and I make them too chunky, and then I decided better, retreat and just make single signature books. But I'm quite happy with how they turned out. I used Pendafix hanging file folders for the base for the covers, and then I decoupaged all kinds of napkins and Tim Holtz paper and little odds and ends of other stuff on to get the colors that I wanted, and quite happy with that. Although it was very bright, and my husband even commented that it didn't look very rustic or used or whatever, so I mixed together some decoupage, how about some Mod Podge with a tiny little bit of Vintage Photo re-inker, and gave it a coat of that just to bring the color down a little bit and grunge it up a little bit. So, yeah, they're tied with muslin bow, and each of them is edged with a little bit of trim from Tim Holtz that I bought at Tuesday Morning several years ago. And it was just enough on each piece to do the front and the back edge, side edge. So I did that, and then this is a little bit of lace from Hobby Lobby, I believe. And let's see, Tim Holtz word chip, and I peeled back the cardboard so it wasn't so bulky. A little Tim Holtz sticker, and then I stamped it with the Field Notes book number 710, which I've used those stamps throughout the book, the Field Notes stamp set, as well as some other stamps. So yeah, let me put these two aside. By the way, they're documented collection in Field Notes. That's what I'll list them by. So inside, they're virtually identical as far as what's there. They may look a little different from different papers and things like that, but the actual pieces are the same. So I made my own paper for the inside cover. I just used the same stamps that I used throughout the book on card or craft stock, and then I stitched that paper to the cover. And these were the mixed media projects I was working on a while ago. The 3D embossing folders, the Botanical. Let me hold that up a little bit. And then I mounted that on craft cardstock because it was kind of unstable. It wanted to curl. So I mounted that and then let it go overnight, and then I glued it onto the page. And it's open at the side for a pocket. I had my husband rescue some little bits of flowers and leaves and things, and I used this specimen stamp from the Field Notes and made a little specimen pocket with wax paper. I just wax papered those like we did when we were kids. And this is a piece of cardstock from K & Company, from a paper pad. I don't remember. Heritage, I think it was called. Yes, I think it was called Heritage or Family Tree, something like that. A little piece of Tim Holtz ephemera on some tea-dyed paper. It's a little tuck spot if you wanted to put something in there. This is a sticker rather, of a stamp with a mushroom on it. I bought them on eBay from China. I love them. I think they're adorable. This paper was, it was a mat dyed, tea-dyed business, and then I just swirled some twine that I had, some colored twine, and threw it in the bucket, and it left kind of interesting impressions. And this orange paper was really kind of a salmon color, but it bled yellow, really cool. I don't know. So yeah, there's the other side. You can see the blue better from the yarn, and then this yellow stuff that I don't know where it came from. That's always the fun thing when you dye things. You never really know what you're going to get. So I put a pocket here from the paper collection, which was, again, the Botanical collection from Vectoria Designs. Both of these were part of the ephemera packs. I think I bought an extra ephemera pack. I think that they had the regular kit and the ephemera kit, and I think I bought both. So yeah, the papers are so pretty. I just love Vectoria Designs. This I stitched. There were plain papers for writing, and there were pretty papers for doing whatever else you wanted to do. And I just stitched the plain papers to the other papers to give it some heft, because I just did it on presentation paper, and also to give you that writing space. So this is a piece of vintage paper from a book called I think it was called Journal, or maybe a day book, I'm not sure. I bought some vintage books, and it was one or the other. Some of that masking paper, I bought this at Lowe's. Some pretty trim that I got on eBay. Just a tag, and I clipped another one of those specimens to that tag. Just some plain paper that it went through a process, but that's what it looks like. And then I made a little belly band from some extra paper, and a couple of tags. This one is one of those cork tags that I did or cork pieces that I did. I stamped and put it on there. I liked how that turned out. So slide them back in there. This is from a paper pad by Die Cuts with a View. It's one of those thick 180 sheet paper pads, and so I stenciled on the back to make it a little more vintage looking. Paper from the collection. This is a tag from the collection. A little ticket embellished paper clip for a tuck spot for this little tag. I love these butterflies. There's a different colored set of butterflies in each of the books. Some stickers, again, that I ordered from China, just to give this some, some look. Tea-dyed paper, the brown masking paper from Lowe's. Some Edith Holden. This is a vintage ledger book that I got at the same time as that other book. And it was long, and I kept it long. I just clipped it in the middle so that you could, whoever gets this could either glue it up for a pocket or just let it fold down and keep on writing. Or whatever you want to do with it. Take it off even, I don't know. And then some more tea-dyed paper. Little pocket from a cut off of one of those papers from K & Company. And this I cut with the Tim Holtz die. And so this is the part that I cut out. I just used the upper part as a, the cutout part. I held that in place, taped that in place, and then fit all these pieces back in to make the design. It was tedious and stupid, but it looked out, I think it turned out really well. And that's just, And then that is more decoupage, and this is one of those stickers from China. A little bit of muslin stamped with one of those stamps from Tim Holtz. Some grid, I think it's, yes, it's an index card. So yeah, so there you go in there. Beautiful paper with the music on it. And this is the center of the book. This is a Gail Augustinelli, what she calls an belly clip. And you just, you start out with craft cardstock, and you have a smaller piece, and then like a 2-inch piece, and then a 3-inch piece, and you glue your paper clip between those two layers, and then when you go to put it on, you have no trouble whatsoever, unless you're me, and you just clip it on there and enjoy it for what it's worth. So yeah, so these pages, I'm going to include some tea-dyed paper, just in case you wanted to, cover this up and be able to write on it. Some people even just write right over these things. I'm not sure how that would work out, but it depends, I guess, on your pen and how dark you write. But I am going to include some paper just in case I'm going to cover that over and write over it. Again, there's more music on that page, the back of that embelly clip. And tea-dyed paper, the other side of that Vintage Leisure. Here's another specimen. This one is an azalea on the Venus Holden. A piece of Tim Holtz, and it's also a tuck spot. And I was playing with stencils when I was tea dyeing my paper. I think that was kind of cool. Another one of those little stickers on her beautiful paper from Vectoria Designs. The other side of that stenciled paper. And that paper that didn't take anything. Another bit of that trim. A couple of tags from the collection. And on we go. A few little daisies that I have in my stash. Some more tags from the collection. Look at this beautiful, beautiful paper. Oh my goodness. And that funky paper that I got from the Twine tea-dyed paper. And the last page. This is one of those Tim Holtz pockets with all the slots. And I just put all kinds of goodies in there. There's a vintage ticket. There's a little seed packet from a printable by Nick the Booksmith. Some little tags that I put together. A little envelope that I made from patchwork safety paper from the inside of envelopes. And that's that. Just did a little bit of my ancient calligraphy and put different words on the back of on each of these little tags that were related to botany. And there's the back of the book with my little stamperoozy, and that's the books. And like I said, they're all basically the same. They have very similar designs throughout, and I'm not going to show each of them because it's just kind of silly, but there you have it. Those are my books. I'm happy with how they turned out. I will be listing them whenever my husband feels comfortable going to the post office again. It's not one of his favorite jobs, so I think he's now using COVID as a reason to not do it. But I'll let him get away with it for a little while longer, and then I'll insist that he takes stuff up to the post office. And I open my shop back up, because all I'm getting is a big stockpile, and I have more books coming. My new collection that I've been waiting for from Craft Stash is somewhere between here and New York, and it's supposed to be here by tomorrow at the latest. I keep hoping it'll show up every day. I hope it shows up. Oh my gosh, I want it so badly. So when that comes, I'll do a haul. I have purchased some other things. I might throw them in that haul. I bought a book to go with that collection. Just a children's book that I can cut up and use for some of the ephemera from that collection. But I'm not sure. I really don't have anything that spectacular. I also bought a set of charms for a book I plan to do in the sorry about that. My camera mount was moving forward, probably from me pushing on it. So I have those charms that I could show you. I have, I don't know if I have anything else. No, I guess I'm caught up otherwise. But yeah, it's really not necessary for stuff like that, I guess. So please, like, comment, subscribe. I guess you could hit the notification bell if you really care about when I post a new video. But please tell your friends. I'm looking to reach 300. I'm at 284 as of this moment, I think, unless something tremendous happened in the last 2 hours that I've been in the craft room. I don't have room here for my computer. And I was just thinking this morning, and I'm sure other crafters do this too. I'm probably not the only slob, but this area that we film in always looks so neat and tidy. Sheer chaos on the left of me, absolute pandemonium on the right of me, not too bad in front of me, behind me. I sit in my wheelchair here, and a pack of paper, a 12 by 12 pack of paper, just colored paper, cardstock, has fallen, and it's sort of stuck under my wheel. So I might be stuck here until my husband comes in from mowing grass, unless I can figure out a way to get that out of there. So yeah, that's real life, and that's why actually a couple of people have asked me, but there will be no craft room tour anytime soon because I can't get it together. I just can't get it together. we are working on things slowly. My husband has been helpful, but he can only do so much because it's really all my decisions, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll stop talking. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, come back, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching.